Now we're going to talk about one of the most important facets of your jiu-jitsu training. I think this is something that if you can understand it, if you can embrace it, if you can practice it, it could actually be the most beneficial part of your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu education, and it will last you well beyond your physical fitness, and you will be able to live a much better and more enriched life if you can truly understand and apply the principles of this. Harkening back to the history of Jiu-Jitsu, we're going to take a little bit of a paraphrase on Master Helio Gracie, who's passed it down to his sons and then to his grandsons, Henner and Hidon Gracie out of California, which is where I heard this my very first time. And the motto goes something like this: that our goal is to become more and more comfortable in uncomfortable situations so that one day uncomfortable situations cease to exist. I've thought about that a lot in my life. I've looked at it from both the student's perspective, but also the instructor's perspective, the teacher's perspective. And I've certainly had a lot of opportunities to apply it in my life. And if you can somehow parse through this topic with me and apply it throughout all of the hours you'll spend learning the techniques, practicing the techniques, using the techniques, getting fit, getting yourself into uncomfortable scenarios where maybe you are in a leadership position right now, maybe you are a parent, maybe you are in charge at work. The interesting thing with jiu-jitsu is that you allow yourself to once again become the follower, the student, which is a beautiful place to be. I'm a business owner myself. I have employees, which I think are superstars. And what I realized when I started my jiu-jitsu journey is how good it was to become a student again, to not have to have all the answers, to not necessarily have to even know what to do, but to have a coach who could help me in a new area of my life. But the one thing that I think I would have loved to have learned earlier and now fully embrace is that motto: getting comfortable with uncomfortable. And I've changed it a little bit because uncomfortable situations will never go away. So breaking that whole phrase down, it isn't that we're going to somehow sprinkle magic unicorn dust on us and we're going to learn how to just eliminate all uncomfortable things forever and ever. You're just immune to it. You don't have it anymore. You don't have to worry about it. Nothing bad can happen in your life. That is so not true. That is not even the point of that phrase. The point is that uncomfortable situations are going to arise in your life, your whole life. Getting older, day in and day out, illness, injury, relationship issues, things at work, road rage, problems in society, problems in politics, problems with money, things that we can't even identify. It's just a feeling of being pressured, a feeling of being anxious, a feeling of being in a spot you don't know how to get out of. Jiu-jitsu is a unique martial art. I've trained in many. Jiu-jitsu has become my favorite because there is no other martial art that I've encountered where you are put in positions where you cannot control your physical movement. You're stuck. Somebody else is pressuring you. Someone else is holding you down. Somebody else is manipulating your limbs and trying to break them and trying to choke you unconscious. Now, put that in perspective. I'm a licensed paramedic. One of the things that most people have built into them is the need to breathe and the need to stay alive. We have a self-preservation built into us in most cases. Nothing is more frantic than when you feel like somebody is threatening that life. Or, second to your life, your limbs, your elbows, your ankles, your wrists, your fingers, your neck. Jiu-jitsu allows us to enter into a space where we can be put into, artificially, that most critical life and limb threatening situation, and then you're going to hear my voice. Now, get safe, get your frames, protect your neck, keep your elbows in, and relax. Take a deep breath in and blow it out slowly. Because it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't even have to know how it's going to end. But we do need to know how to control the only thing that we can control: our response to that situation. I can't control you. I can't control the person who's stressing me out. I can't control the situation completely. Some of those things are just out of control. But I can control how I react to the situation. If we don't learn how to do that, then the only response left is that which is most natural to human beings. It's called the fight or flight mechanism. It's autonomic, meaning it's automatic. You don't have to think about it. You get scared, you panic, your pupils dilate, your adrenal glands dump a bunch of adrenaline into your body, and your blood vessels dilate, your heart rate increases, your breathing rate increases, and you are either ready to do one of two things to self-preserve: fight and cause damage or be killed, or get out of there. Run for your life. Run as fast as you can. Don't look back. The problem with that is that that's a really kind of like animalistic approach to how to handle emergencies. It might help a little bit in certain circumstances, but in most cases, our stress doesn't come from an animal trying to eat us. Our stress comes from life, relationships, professional life, society. And in my experience, fighting or fleeing doesn't solve any problems. If I have a difficult situation with my wife or my children, running out the door, slamming the door, and leaving in a flight situation doesn't fix the problem. If I stay in the space and I turn into a fight mechanism, I'm going to say things I don't mean or that I'm going to regret. I'm going to hurt feelings, cause scar tissue that I might not be able to repair. That's not a good option. So to me, there was only one solution: become more and more comfortable with uncomfortable, so that I don't go into fight or flight, so that I can try to relax better, take a deep breath, close my mouth, slow down my breathing, slow down my heart rate, and use the God-given gift of thinking through things better, less frantically. And that's a gift that you can learn by practicing jiu-jitsu. And it will be one that I repeat often. Maybe not at the depth that I'm doing it right now, but you've got to have this foundation to understand why it's so important. Why am I teaching you to breathe? Why am I teaching you to relax when you're about to have your arm broken? Why are we learning these things? Because learning how to get comfortable with uncomfortable helps you navigate uncomfortable situations better. And when we navigate uncomfortable better without freaking out, the outcome will always, always be better. And that's a gift that you can't buy with money. I hope this helps.